Welcome to Trimming the Musical Fat. I'm Stephen Nicholson.
I'm Paul Nicholson.
And in this, our second Trimming the Cover Version episode, we're going to be comparing the original 1971 version of Don McLean's American Pie with the 2000 cover version by Madonna and debating which is the better. Joining us on this mission is Caroline and Marissa from the Eves. To start, let's hear a bit of Don McLean's original.
Dark the day, the music died. We were singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye and singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die.
Some facts about the song. American Pie is a song by American singer and songwriter Don McLean. It was recorded and released in 1971 on the album of the same name. The single was a number one hit in the US, Australia, Canada and New Zealand. In the UK, the single reached number 2. The song was listed as the number 5 song on the RIAA Project Songs of the Century. At nearly 9 minutes long, the song was the longest ever to enter the US singles charts. Due to its length, it was released as a two-sided 7-inch single. In summary, American Pie has been described as one of the most successful and debated songs of the 20th century. Now, let's hear Madonna's updated, skimmed-down version of the song.
I was a lonely teenage drunken buck with a pink carnation and a pickup truck, but I knew that I was out of luck the day the music died. I started singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry, and good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die.
Here's some facts about the cover version. So, Madonna's truncated dance pop version of the song was released in the year 2000 and reached number 1 in at least 15 countries, including the United Kingdom, Canada and Australia. It was not released in the US. The song was from her movie The Next Best Thing, and Madonna was talked into covering it by her friend and co-star Rupert Everett. Against her better judgment, the song was included as a bonus track on her 2000 album Music. Don McLean himself praised the cover, saying it was a gift from a goddess and that her version is mystical and sensual. So maybe start off with you, Marissa. So, obviously we've got Madonna's version of American Pie. It was originally done by Don McLean. What do you like about the Don McLean version?
I think it's just so raw. I don't know, there's just a rawness that comes across. And for a song that's 8.5 minutes long, I don't really get bored at any point in the song, which I think is, I don't know how he did it. Because I'm listening and I'm thinking, when am I going to get bored of this? But it just, there's other bits that he brings in and a little instrumental section, and then it's like he pulls out more of the story, and the outro is good as well. And it's just, every section I think holds my attention, which I just don't know how he's done. I don't know how he did that. I think that's a real masterpiece.
It's nearly 9 minutes long, and it just never feels like it. Even when it's one of those ones that's played in the pub and everybody's singing along to it, it just seems to fly by. Are you a fan of the song, Don McLean's version as well, Caroline?
Yeah, it's just an absolutely smashing epic song. I just think there's a real honesty in the vocal delivery, the storytelling. It just takes you on that wee road. It seems to hold your interest all the way through. So just exactly what you were saying, Marissa, it's a masterpiece of a song. The instrumentation is just absolutely spot on. definitely less is more. It's a great track. And it's the storytelling, and the vocals are able to shine through. In terms of the production, it all sits at the right place, at the right level. So
Yeah, totally in agreement with you on that. And Paul?
Yeah, I agree with everything that's said. It's a classic song. It's one of those songs that you could play it anywhere and people just can't help but sing along to it. It's one of those catchy, iconic songs, and you don't notice the time, because we talked about long songs earlier, and that's just but you don't notice it. Yeah, if you said that to people, do you realise that lasts almost 8 minutes or whatever it is? A lot of people wouldn't be none the wiser, which is a compliment to the song.
Yeah, I think the piano on it's great. So what do we think of the Madonna version? Do we like it? Is it sacrilegious? What do we think?
I don't love it. I just, do you know, some songs, although saying that, actually, I was going to say some songs can't be covered. No, that's not true, because I mentioned her earlier on. Jade Bird is a favourite artist of mine, and she's done a version of this song, and I really like it. But again, I think it comes down to the honesty in her voice and the rawness of her voice. I think for me, Madonna's version, I don't even know if it was that it's too produced. Just the raw energy and the honesty just isn't in the Madonna version for me.
Okay.
I can see what they tried to do. They tried to make it, a bit snappier and more poppy and shorter version. I can see what they tried to do, but I think for me it didn't really grab me.
Man, yeah, you the same, Caroline?
I think it's an abomination.
Whoa, don't hold back.
I just think.
What do you really think?
I just think they destroyed that song, and it was the production. It wasn't as much actually the voice or the vocals. Like, I think anyone could try to sing that song, but it comes down to production and the heart and soul in the production. And for me, it really exposed William Orbit as being a bit of a one-trick pony. At that point, he'd done really light. He'd been doing things for All Saints. He'd been doing stuff. It was all the same sounds, the same bleeps, the same samples, the same this and that. It sounded like a nursery rhyme. It turned it into a sickly candy shop nursery rhyme. And I think even Madonna to this day, she hasn't put it in any of like the compilation albums. I don't think even she likes it as a single. And I just feel like it was just completely unnecessary to do that song in that way. I just think the production let it down big time.
So are you saying you don't like it?
Just to be clear.
Don't beat around the bush. Just tell us what you feel.
I did not like it.
Okay, you don't like Paul. Are you going to come to its rescue here?
Yeah, I totally agree with what the ladies are saying there. I think it's almost like a karaoke. It's almost like when you go to karaoke and it's not the original version and you sing over this
Sunfly
terrible
version.
Yeah.
It's like,
And it
it's
sounds
like the
like
Casio
it sounds like
keyboard
Madonna.
version.
Yeah, the Casio keyboard. It's like Madonna's went down to like some pub and just sang along with it and released it as a single. It is, and it's just. And I always think if you're going to do a cover, if you're not going to do anything better, don't do it. And it's just, or at least give your interpretation. Whereas that just sounds like, I think what Caroline was saying there, like a candy shop. It sounds a bit like it could be on Sesame Street or something. She's got the guitar with the kids singing it on Sesame Street.
Yeah.
So, apart from that, though, it's a great song.
Apart from that, you like that version, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to disagree with the three of you just slightly. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I don't hate it. I actually did buy the CD single at the time. Don't hold it against me. Yeah, I thought it was I know, shame on me, but I thought it was a catchy, breezy pop version of it. It's obviously directed at a younger audience. It's shorter. But yes, it pales into comparison compared to the full original from Don McLean. So we asked this question at the end of trimming the covers. If you were thrown onto a desert island and you could only take one version, which one would you take? This is going to be tough.
Ooh. Oh, that's a tough question.
Yeah, I wonder which way everybody's going to go. So, Marissa, whose version are you taking?
Obviously, Don McLean.
Oh, Donny Boy, Caroline?
Donny boy.
Donny Boy, Paul?
Maybe Donny Boy,
Donny Boy.
the Don.
And I'm in agreement. So, yeah, so a clean sweep for Big Donny, which is great. The fuller,
We're
superior.
taking the Don out of Madonna.
That's right. Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
that's
Yeah.
all kinds of images are going on in my mind right now.
Yeah.
Well, Don had a treat that night. Excellent.
Sorry.
Always got to lower the tone.
Oh, and we've done so well to keep it highbrow mostly for most of the night, but hey ho.
Trimming the Musical Fat podcast with Stephen and Paul Nicholson production. Contact us via voicemail by going to anchor.fm/GTMF/message or tweet us at Musical Trimming or email us at trimmingthemusicfat@gmail.com. Keep up to date on the show by joining our Facebook group or visiting our website www.trimmingthemusicalfat.com, or support us financially by going to Patreon and getting some great podcast exclusives.